Welcome to a video on how to use 0% business credit cards to fund real estate deals. Now, what if you could borrow 100 grand at 0% interest to fund your next real estate deal, pay it back after the refinance or once you've sold the project, no equity partner, no hard money lender in the smaller deals. This stacks on top of the hard money lender for closing costs, rehab, float between draws, and even the down payment. So you're walking away with no interest eating your profit, and that's exactly what 0% business credit stacking does. So let's get in. Welcome to Gap Funded. I'm Mick Wadley, founder of gapfunded.com, where we've helped over 5,000 investors and business owners across our network access the capital they need to close deals and scale their portfolios. So today we're going deep on one specific tool in the capital stack, the 0% business credit stacking. It does really deserve its own deep dive. This covers real estate funding, deal structuring, and scaling without giving up your own cash or equity. Now, why business credit works differently. On the personal credit card side, utilization actually reports to your personal credit bureau. High utilization will tank your score. This accounts for about 30% of your credit profile. So we can see people score tank up to 100 points just from maxing out cards on the personal side. And it affects mortgage applications, gap funding approvals, and DSCR refinances. So use that strategically. If you don't plan to go for a mortgage or another loan while getting the project done, you can, and we'll go over that in a second, how to do a double stack. On the business credit card side, most major issuers, so your Chase, Amex, Citibank, they do not report utilization to your personal credit bureau, so you can carry 50K balance and still show up to a DSCR for refinance with a clean personal profile. So when those cards are at 0% introductory APR for 12 to 21 months, you're refinancing the deal on the business side for free. So while keeping your personal profile pristine for the refinance. We'll show you in a sec how to actually utilize credit limits as cash in your bank account for expenses. Let's go over the double stack. Now, this is a strategic method to double our limits in one run. So we go for personal and business cards together. Running personal business cards simultaneously, the double stack can roughly double your total limit in a single run. 4 personal cards and 4 business cards at 0% APR on a strong profile that's potentially 150K in zero interest capital on a single project. So what's the trade-off here? The personal cards report to your personal credit, as I was saying. So max and 4 personal cards can drop your score 50 to 100 points temporarily. And it's a real known consequence of the personal card side. Credit score memory is short, however. So the moment you pay those cards down at refinance, utilization drops to 0. Your score's going to bounce back within 30 days. Even the second it reports back onto your profile, so it's going to be less than 30 days, often higher than before, because you've responsibly used those limits and paid it back. The golden rule, though, is locking in gap funding before personal cards go up in utilization. Never apply for new personal credit while the personal cards are maxed. So that's why we go on a specific sequence. Get your fixed rate gap funding before you go on credit stack. So step 1, set up your business entity if you haven't. If you're a new investor, you need an LLC. Before applying for business credit, you can form one online, 24 to 48 hours for around $300. Gap funded, we recommend Doula for fast, clean formation and a registered agent setup. Check the link in bio. You get your EIN, your business tax ID, free from the IRS website in about 5 minutes. And then we want to open a dedicated business bank account. Go for the big ones. Go for the ones that will help you build relationships for better business credit. Chase, Citibank, Wells Fargo. And then go and register with Dun & Bradstreet, Experian Business, and Equifax Business. So you maintain separate files and start building that business profile early. So once you go for the business credit stack, it starts reporting and your business credit is building. Now, which cards do we target? We're looking for a very specific profile. 0% introductory APR on purchases for 12 to 18 months. Sometimes even 21 months. I think there's a Wells Fargo one that does that at the moment. So low or no annual fee, high credit limits, and cards that do not report to personal credit bureaus. So Discover, there's a few that do this, so make sure you do your research. There's a few rules also to be aware of with the big guys. Chase, Inc Business Cash, and Inc Business Unlimited, the workhorses, strong limits, solid 0% periods, apply here first. You got your American Express, Blue Business Cash, and Blue Business Plus, known for generous limits on strong profiles and investor-friendly applications. Then we got Citibank there, also got some competitive 0% periods, among the longest available, and a solid addition once Chase and Amex are in place. So always verify current APR periods and terms before applying. On the personal side, you can actually do a pre-approval, get your green light before doing a hard hit. And offers change, so these issuers remain consistent targets though. Step 3, let's go and build the stack. Bank rules and sequencing. So the optimal sequence depends on your profile, banking relationships, your location, and credit mix. Typically, we target 4 personal and 4 business for a double stack. A 700 personal credit score is the starting point here. You can go for it at 680, but don't expect the sort of results you get at a 720. Clients have been approved for 30 to 150K. One client we had secured 141K in 5 weeks. So just be aware, this is something you want to have prepared going into a deal before you even go and hit your hard money lender, so you can do the math and know what sort of backup capital you've got. Couple of key rules. So with Chase, you'll get declined if you've got 5 new accounts over the last 20 months, the 5-4 rule. Existing Chase deposit relationship matters. That's why you want to go and open up a business bank account with them if you can, help you build that profile over time. Amex has a once per lifetime welcome bonus and a max of 5 cards. So make sure that if you have had a 0% card with Amex in the past, you're removing them from your stack. Citibank, 8-day wait between apps, so 65 days for a second. Sensitive to new accounts in the past 6 to 12 months. Capital One pulls all 3 bureaus, hard inquiries per application, so selective with multiple existing Cap One products. The Bank of America has the 2-3-4 rule on new BOFA cards, so it rewards existing banking relationships heavily. Another reason you want to go and open up these bank accounts with the big dogs. So you Chase, Bank of America, Citibank, Cap One, if you can, those relationships, depositing in each if possible. Otherwise, just go and open up a Chase. So step 4, this is what a lot of real estate investors don't realize, is you can liquidate those limits, all of them, into cash. We use a tool called Plastiq. There's other ones, Melio, Bill.com. We're not affiliated here, so go and use whatever you want. We just found Plastiq's consistent. They've got one of the lower transaction fees. You can't wire down payments from a credit card. So this is how you turn a credit limit into deployable cash using Plastiq. You process your card payment, sends funds to any recipient via an ACH or bank transfer, even if they don't accept cards. So this can be used for contractors directly, cover hard money monthly interest payments, pay suppliers. It's a really good one for lumber, tiles, appliances. And it's like a typical transaction fee. If you've got a business merchant processor, you can just do it through that. Otherwise, these guys are charging 2.99%, typical sort of merchant processor fees. Now, step 5, contractor materials. This is a bit of a cheat code. When rehabbing, you're buying materials regardless. You pay for contractor materials on your business card wherever possible and unlock 3 compounding benefits. So you're earning points and cash back. If you can convince your contractor to go and use their trade lines to buy materials through your credit cards, you can get your cash back, your rewards. You're building that business credit profile and history. Every on-time payment is reported to business bureaus. Stronger history means higher limits on your next deal stack. To establish supplier trade lines, you want to go and open up those net 30, net 60 trade accounts with lumber yards, material wholesalers under your LLC. These are among the fastest ways to build the real business credit profile, the report to Dun & Bradstreet, Experian Business, the works. So let's go and look at it, deploying it on a real deal. On a live deal, here's exactly what the business credit covers. So filling every gap that hard money and gap funding don't. Number 1, rehab draws. So cover contractor payments and materials before hard money reimbursement arrives after each phase. So you float between draws. You got your holding costs, so monthly hard money interest. It's going to come out at about $1,500 a month on a 150K loan. You can pay this via Plastiq while awaiting refinance. You got your refinance reserves, so this can be liquidated into your bank account. DSCR lenders want cash at closing, so business credit frees up your cash to sit in the account and satisfy that requirement. So you can go and do a BRRRR deal. Now, gap funding backup, if a gap funding offer comes in slightly short, business credit covers the remainder, so there's no equity partner needed. Let's look at step 7, pay it off at refinance and reset. So this is perfect for BRRRR deals. When your DSCR finance completes, cash out proceeds cover the hard money payoff, gap funding payoff, and all business credit card balances in full before the promotional period ends. So the 2.99% Plastiq fee is the only cost of the business credit. If you've gone and taken out a personal stack as well, this is where your utilization is going to drop to zero, improves your personal and your business credit profile immediately. Payoff of a high balance is one of the strongest signals to business credit bureaus, and eligible to restack. So now you can go and apply for new 0% periods on the same cards or new ones at higher limits, reset and go again on the next deal. So this becomes a revolving strategy rather than having to rely on equity partners, seller finance, or even sub two. So let's look at the main mistakes that get investors into trouble. Using personal cards without done strategically, making sure that you're not going for more applications during the project if you are going to stack and max out personal cards, because it will destroy the personal utilization. Applying all at once, simultaneous inquiries, compress limits across all applications, sequencing and spacing is everything. So making sure that you get the order right, you're making sure that you're applying based on your location, your banking relationships, and your credit mix, and going for the most inquiry sensitive bank first and applying in the exact right sequence to get maximum limits. Doing this the right way can take you from a 20K approval up to triple that at a 60K approval. Missing the promo deadline. If the 0% period expires before the refinance, you're suddenly carrying over 20% interest on a large balance. So you got to know your dates, got to know when those end so you can be prepared in advance. Personal expenses on business cards, big no-no, creates tax and compliance issues. Every transaction must be a legitimate business cost tied to the deal. Just keeps everything clean. Applying too close to refinance. So new applications in 90 days before the DSCR refinance can affect your score or raise underwriter questions. And then not tracking the spend. Keep a simple spreadsheet, card name, limit, balance, promo end date, monthly minimum, review it weekly. There are softwares that do this for you if, say, you're managing 8 cards at once. And here's what to do next. So 0% business credit stacking delivers free capital for up to 21 months. All you're paying is your monthly minimum, points and cash back on rehab spend, business credit trade lines, building on every deal, and a reset at refinance leaves you in a stronger position for the next one. So book a free funding review at gapfunder.com/book. I'll put the link below so you can find out exactly how much business credit you could access on your profile right now. Just using a soft pull, no hard credit check, we can give you a full breakdown and how it layers with gap funding on your next deal. So it's free, takes 2 minutes, and you'll walk away with a real number and a real plan. I'm Mick Wadley. Let's go and close something.